Alright people, let's see how this works. I've been called to come on and connect with today's energies, 2nd of the 2nd, just to do a brief reading, a little oracle card pull. Don't know where it's going to go, could be short, could be long, and it might resonate with someone or not. I tried to find a spot in nature that was isolated, but it's difficult in the city. But I'm by the water and the birds are singing and the trees are here, and it feels like some messages need to come through. So with that said, anyone who wants to start reading and just closing their eyes and connecting to higher guidance, and just see if there's any messages that you'd like to connect with today. Let's see what happens. Okay, we have clear endeavour. Number 12, so 12 tribes could be of importance to somebody that I'm connecting with. A beautiful card, deeply set in winter, cold, ice, melting, and seasonal abundance, just tapping into the energies of the particular season wherever we find ourselves in the globe at the minute. Where I am rooted, it's cold, it's just coming out of the winter season. I've been lucky enough to see crocus and snowdrops today, so the signs of a new season and spring are coming in, which gives us hope and guidance towards future visions and dreams, which we shouldn't let go of. We shouldn't forget. We need to be connecting with our dreams daily and our higher visions and higher self. And I say with the card, with the number 39 being the number 12, and also clear endeavour, 12 months to a year, or 12 astrological signs, that's if we believe that, or 13 moons, depends. We're on a clear mission at the minute. The path has already been paved, and so we only need to follow higher guidance. We don't really need to be getting advice or counsel or seeking validation or any kind of confirmation from others. We get confirmation in nature, and if we listen to higher wisdom, if we follow our need for walks, exercise, however we need to be flowing through the days, the confirmations will find their way to us via numerology, symbols, signs, people. The divine works through many things in nature. Someone's got a blocked throat chakra, or needs to work on harnessing their true, authentic voice, and is unable to kind of tap into what they actually want to say at the minute. Something is holding them back. There's a frog. There's an element of frog on which it's pulled. Pre-channeling, there's the frog is an animal guide at the minute. You know, when they're too long out of the water, they get depleted and they get sucked dry, so they need to be moving between the two elements. And there's just a little fish in the water here coming up. So elementals are really, really important at the minute, but the two elements that I'm specifically connecting to are water and earth. So there could be a connection between two signs. This could be, this is not a love reading, I'm not really predicting the future for anybody, this is just messages. But if you are in a connection, or if you're drawn to somebody, there could be an element of a connection between an earth and an air sign, an earth and a water sign. Interesting that I say earth and air. That is also a connection that's coming through. So whether these are elements that we need to connect with, or whether this is somebody who is in your loving relationships right now, connections, partnerships, just keep it flowing. Just make sure that the water, that you're connecting with the elements, and that you're trusting your intuition, and that you're going with the flow. You don't really need to veer too far off your path. Things are lining up and they are moving forward in a way that is quite clear, even if things seem a little bit murky, a little bit windy. So the air element's definitely coming through right now. So there's a lot of cerebral, there's an overthinking. So if we can try to calm the mind, not overthink things. So number 3, lucky number 3. Sometimes I ask for 1 card to come out, but 3's come out now. So there is something about 3. I don't know why I say 3 seasons or 4 seasons Hilton at the hotel. I don't know if people are going to look booking holidays at the minute. Number 19, 1 9 goes to a 10, so 10 is completion, 1 new beginnings, and death and rebirth. So there is a lot about balancing the darkness and the light at the minute. We're coming out of the dark season where I am, so I can only talk from my lived experience, my personal experience, and my soul group will find the messages that they need to with what the words that I'm channeling right now from higher self, higher guidance. And annunaki sometimes come through. They want me to start to mention them. Enki is a protector of mind, so whatever that means to anybody, could be an intense period of personal transformation, i.e. connecting to higher spirituality. If you're getting messages from Pleiadians or from any other galactics, if we believe that this is a possibility, then allow that to come in, flow with that. Again, water element, allow things to flow in and out as they need to. We're not in a space of attachment. Sometimes in the darker months, in the darker spaces, we can latch onto things for comfort, for need, because we're isolated, because we want to be comforted, because we want to be warm. A lot of energy around me right now, sorry, I had to channel that out. And so in the darkness, we can sometimes, because a lot of us might be isolated in the darker months, we can want to latch onto things for comfort eating, comfort food, but we need to move back from that. We need to start to really detach from other people, and I don't mean not be part of loving relationships, but attachment, codependency, needing to speak to people all the time, needing validation, needing to share. Sometimes the energy conservation comes from being quiet, studying our astrological chart. The reason why I keep referring to astro is someone's graffitied astro straight ahead of me, and so there is a lot in the stars, in the planets, whether we believe we're made of stardust now or not. It's very, very important. So with death and rebirth, darkness to light, we are coming out of the darkness in the northern hemisphere, moving into spring. I told you, I've just seen my favourite snowdrops today and crocus. And so the idea of duality, whether we believe we transcend duality, become oneness, you know, we've all got light and dark to integrate. So it's not a love and light brigade here. We are honest and authentic in our journey and integration of human characteristics, qualities, emotions. This is a human physical experience. A lot of the other energies that come through us, they don't deal with these emotions, and that's why sometimes they just laugh at me, because you might see my googly eyes today. It's been very emotional for me for the past 24 hours. I don't know what I'm releasing. I definitely know that I'm releasing for 2 other people. I really would love people to start to harness a better understanding of mental health, emotional health, and move towards a place of harnessing self-love. A lot of people are moving through depression in ways they don't really know how. They don't really know how to harness the coping mechanisms, the self-healing tools to get out of the darkness, regardless of what season we're in. There's a beautiful video called The Black Dog, or something to do with I live with a black dog, and it's about depression. It's on my interesting viewing on playlist on YouTube, whether this gets posted or not, but anyway, there's somebody that needs to, especially with the next card being loss, lack, fear, victimization, and 34 number becoming 7, which is about perfection. We don't need, perfection doesn't exist. We also need to be letting ourselves flow through into spaces where we can just begin, do, go. Things are never going to be right or in order in the ways that they need to be. We just have to get started on our mission, on our path, on our journey, in new connections, in loving relationships, and releasing anything that doesn't serve us or is not for our highest good or the highest good of the collective. And so with the loss and the lack and fear of victimization card coming through, again, with our wisdom as well, you know, higher self can always lead us through these darker moments. We are not victims. Whether we've been through trauma, everybody has got their own personal story. We also have to be able to laugh on this journey. We have to be able to take the piss out of ourselves. We have to be able to cry and not let it bother us. You know, we are multidimensional beings. We have a lot to us, and this is a very, very powerful year, number 8 year. And again, in the next card, which is a very powerful card for me, but I'll explain why in a minute. 53, number 8, 5 plus 3, number 8. This is a number 8 year. It's just coming out to reinforce these death, rebirth, Ouroboros, like the infinity, the snake eating in its own tail. Watch for snakes in the grass. Watch for people that are deceitful, and you need to practice discernment around you. Number 8 means that there's an element of coming back to ourselves in order to be able to push out to progress on our path forward. But again, we don't really need to be veering too much left, too much right, too far left or too far right, i.e. seeking guidance, counselling. I'm not talking about counselling. Everybody has to find their own practices. I'm not a medical practitioner. I'm just sharing the words that are coming through. I.e. we don't need validation, confirmation from other people. We don't always need to share everything on our journey. We make the decisions for ourselves once we've meditated, once we've found clarity of mind, once we've come to be able to still the mind. That is the point from which we can make the best decisions for ourselves when things are slow. And right now, I don't know if some readers will be able to see there's a lot coming through my head. So sometimes it's hard, especially if you might hear the beat of the music in the car. There's a lot going on right now, especially if we find ourselves in cities. That's all right. We have to pull back in the ways that we need. Pulling back. And then coming out when we feel rested and rejuvenated and we are able to give again. Giving is a natural characteristic quality of the divine feminine, of which we all have, men and women. It's not about being effeminate or feminine or anything like that. It's energies. And we need to be proud to harness both of them, because on this realm we activate things that are unavailable to other beings higher up. The emotional journey of this physical existence is very painful, is also very, very highly liberating. This is why some of us have decided to incarnate in this realm again, because the ecstasy that can be felt through orgasm, connection, love, you know, obviously deep pain, grief, loss activates other things inside of us so that we can integrate and go deeper into our spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom and ancestry, and connect with messages and people that have come before us to deliver us to the here and now. So 53, this number 8 card is soul radiance. Okay, so I'm being told to share more of my journey, which is my shamanic name, soul radiance. I'm here to share my soul in ways that are not detrimental to myself, my highest purpose, my highest timeline, and the highest good of the collective. I'm here to share in ways that will support the healing of the nations, that will empower the people to find their own solutions to self-heal. Activating third eye through meditation and finding the messages that we need personally. My messages, whether they resonate or not with you, is okay. I share because I'm being told as a channel to speak the words that come through to me. But these messages are for me as well. So I take what I need and I share because I'm told to speak. But other people, we all find your own messages, and whether that comes out vocally or whether you need to write or draw, we all have messages that are coming through from other realms at all times. Some negative, some positive. That's why it's really important to be grounding, working with, again, the 2 elements that are coming through, earth and water. Earth, root chakra, grounding, red, checking the foods that we're eating, nourishing ourselves, being grounded in ourselves so that we can move from 1st chakra, root chakra, to the sacral, which is water element. So the reason why the elementals are coming through today in terms of earth and water is because we need to go deep. We need to go back to basics. We need to be working at our root chakra level, healing the trauma, inner child, root chakra, I. Otherwise we cannot then bring ourselves intentionally to loving sacred partnerships. 1444 on the clock. Give thanks. excuse me, some of this stuff might come across as shit to people. Doesn't matter. Whoever needs the codes gets the codes. Whoever needs the numbers gets the numbers. Whoever 144 means something to, that's okay. Again, they're all labels in the physical realm, whether it resonates or not. I'm not attached to anything. I am just an energy that exists in the here and now. Soul radiance, so phoenix rising. So a lot of us are getting in our wings now, whether we believe we're earth angels or we're fallen angels or whatever. The transformation, transfiguration, deep recalibration is happening now at a cellular level, and we are getting our wings. We are being told to fly. There's a little bit of that air element coming in, but it's not really here for the main place we are sticking to is the earth and the water elements. We need to ground. There is much energy going around, and like people say, what's she saying that for? Much energy, there's always energy. Yeah, there's always energy. It's chaotic right now. We're only going to see more and more stuff as this year progresses. The darkness is coming to the light. That is prophecy. Whether we believe the Bible or not, God or not, whatever your belief system or faith, and that's okay. One, let's not be attached to it so it dictates every single move that we make. We hold the faith. Let faith lead us. Faith in higher power, whatever it needs to be. All right, that's come through from the number 33, arnica. So someone might need deep healing. Arnica is a beautiful plant. It helps with bruising, internal, external. You can take it as a homeopathic remedy. You can rub it on as a cream if you've been bruising. 33 is I'm 3, life path 3 number. It's a teacher. And people might be connecting to wolf energy now. It's been coming out for me before today. But the actual card that flew out of the deck, that was bottom of the deck. So number 3 was just me here being rooted underneath the reading that I'm giving today. Number 3 being the bottom of the deck is I'm 47. Again, number 12. So 12 tribes, however that resonates to you. 12, if maybe you're born in December, the 12th of the 12th, that could be a portal. Or 21, if we flip that round, that could have been a significant year for you. Skullcap, one of my favourite herbs to have in a beautiful blend. So this is about nervous system. I tend to be speeding up sometimes when I channel, so we need to slow down at the minute. Stop doing too much. Again, I was watching a little moorhen on the water earlier. He wasn't really going too far left or right. As I said, we just need to be moving slowly and surely ahead. Let it flow. Be like water. So Skullcap supports the nervous system. Again, not a medical practitioner. I'm just sharing from beautiful oracle cards and connect very much to the fae and to the herb, to the plant realm. Skullcap is for stillness, for nervous system, to help support anxiety, to help better sleep. You can make blends with Skullcap like lavender or passion flower, chamomile, Skullcap. Perhaps read about it, perhaps look into it. There might be a bit of freeze and I'm getting skull. Someone might be a little bit stubborn at the minute. They're beating, it's like getting blood from a stone. I don't know if that's a phrase that's coming up for someone, or like someone's been really stuck in their ways right now. Very, very, the word steadfast coming up, but someone's been stuck in their ways and they're not flowing like water, and that is the element that they need to work with. So whatever sign you are, we've all got all the different signs in our chart, so we are all the elements, we are all the signs. So this is why we can never judge somebody by one sign. Okay, we have everything in our, well, not all of us have every element in our chart, every sign in our chart, but we have a lot of them. We are made up of everything. We're multidimensional beings. We are not one thing. So this is why judging people, judge a book by its cover and all that crap, does not exist. The people are only projecting their own lack. Again, that card, lack and victimization, out. Woods. Someone needs to go to the woods. This is grounding. This is elementals. You might connect with the fae. That's just going to naturally come through because I'm very connected to the fae. The fae are not just I'm hearing like flowery pansies. They're fierce, yeah. We're warriors. And so when you connect with the fae realm, you need to be playful, grateful, but also mindful that it's a reciprocal energy. You ask fae for guidance, you give fae something So there might be some form of exchange or gift giving at the minute. You might be somebody where that could be your love language. It's definitely not my language. Language of love. My physical touch is my number one love language. Don't know why that's coming up right now. So there might be an element of this grounding, this root chakra of touching ourselves, loving ourselves. And I don't mean intimately, but if that's what you need, cool. We all help heal ourselves. This is the journey of the self-healers, yeah? Dance with life at the bottom of the deck. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? 2025, so that could be, if you start to work on things now, this is 2024, 2025 could be the year of activation that we bring the manifestations that you work on, i.e. potentially today. I don't know if I'm going to post this today on the 2nd of the 2nd, 24, but 25 just come up. Let me get that, sorry. It's new for me to read outside, there's not a lot, some people passing by. I did try to jump the fence and go where all these beautiful ferns were earlier, so ferns and being in nature could be important to you, but anyway, I couldn't find a space that was viable for me to be in, and I'm being called to the, and the thing is, when you answer the call, if you see in the card it's got water in the middle, I needed to be by the water, so I won't move it until the end because I haven't got the camera angle right, but I'm by the water around loads of dead leaves and beautiful colourful graffiti. Soul expression, creativity, so that is obviously the second chakra, sacral chakra. So once we root ourselves and know how we can express ourselves creatively, then let's get drawing, let's get dancing, because at the bottom of the deck, dance with life. Whether you're put your headphones on, indoors, outdoors, it doesn't matter what everybody looks like or if anyone's watching you. However you need to feel good, we need to feel good. We must follow that. With that like answering the call, what is your soul calling you to do? By honouring that mission, we get the rewards and the gifts, and all of us will interpret these words, rewards and gifts, very differently depending on our value system, depending on what we consider gifts. For me at the minute, spiritual gifts are coming through me consistently because this is what I desire. I'm shaman. I don't know why I decided to say that. Anyway, Shay, someone's name could be called Shay. Nigerian, West Africa, Nigerian, Yoruba. Okay, so usually things would come out, but it fell on love. Let this number 8 year close out all the cycles that were preventing true love for ourselves from others in our life. Anything that does not serve our highest good, the highest good of the collective, bat it out the park. It ain't welcome no more. We don't need to act in, although there has been a lot of fire energy in me, like, whoo, some of my lot have been coming through, and it's not been pretty for me over the past 24 hours, I have to say. But I've been doing the release privately, in a sacred, personal, private space that I cleanse. Cleansing in spirit, someone needs to be looking at how they rise to the day and the spiritual health. Everybody talks about physical health, emotional health, mental health. We've now started to integrate that. Spiritual health. It will be the key to our healing. It will be the key to our protection in what is to come, because we've already been in the spiritual warfare. And without bringing this into a darker space of war, 24 is 6, which is, love. This beautiful mermaid. Again, the 3 bigger fishes. There is something about the 3, Holy Trinity, 3, trio. The 3rd month, spring season, as I said, snowdrops of crocus today I've seen in the northern hemisphere. I can only speak from this hemisphere, so you might be experiencing different things where you are, but it's something about 3 weeks, 3 months, the 3rd month. You might be there might be 3 siblings, you might have 2 or 3. There's something about 3 siblings together. There's 3 of you. I don't really know what that is about, but anyway, it's clearly not for me. So, love. I don't usually read from the cards because I tend to find my own guidance, but I will read the affirmation from love because I feel that it's an important message. We live in love. But let this year of number 8 bring us back to love. Love cannot coexist with anything to do with anything. Okay, we know where that's going from. Jamaica. Anyway, sorry, there's a little bit of channeling. I can get random energies that come through, especially the Fae. They just like to spurt shit out of me. But Shamaka, like I was saying that back in the day, but actually that is the original name of Jamaica, Shamaka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it kind of correctly, but that was the Toino Arawak name for the island. So anyway, it's part of my journey. Jamaica's going to come up, so's Africa, so's certain other things. Love. Open yourself to universal or romantic love. Put yourself out there and maybe go on a date or rekindle the love within your current relationship. I'll just read the last little bit. The act of giving and caring is an expression of love. If you feel drawn to be of service to others, then this card's message is affirming that. I think I've got one more pull. I'm going to be just connecting because I connect very much with the animal kingdom as a shaman. Again, all these labels are just things. It's just I've just done a lot of shamanic work and the signs and symbols are there. So whether that means anything to you or not, it just means I've been to hell and back. I've been to the other side. They connect with me on a daily basis. You can hear the crows, so Ooh, okay. So we've got something about innocence. Again, root chakra, and coming back to that. Like, who are we without all of these external labels and anything external? Who are we at our core? If we are in the cave, if we look at the chakra system as the root chakra, we're in the cave. This is where we are. Earth, red. Alone, solitude, solitary. Who are we without anything external, or any of the names or any of the identities and narratives that we picked up through our lives? Who are we? Because, and I'm working backwards, I don't know why. There's something about innocence here. There's something about, I really love that song. I'm going to put it in the link below. There's something about the deer. So innocence, again, if you connect with as a feminine, mother, maiden, crone archetypes. The number 3 that I was talking about earlier, about the 3 siblings, there's a mother, there's a daughter and there's a son, all bopping down the canal to this song. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm gonna put it in the option, and I love it. That's the trio. There's something about nothing can rock the pyramid, like number 3. Yeah, 4 is about stability, but square can be moved along, can be pushed along. Number 3, nothing can stop the pyramid. So ancient Egyptian energy coming up. So, sorry, lots of tangents and strands here. You'll have to bear with me. This kind of stuff is new to me, although I've been reading for a couple of years, but this is public stuff, 28. Someone's birthday, 28th February. Oh, so there's something to do with a leap year. I think this year is a leap year. 2024 is a leap year. So maybe there's 29th of February, which they don't get to celebrate every year. That's every 4 years. Someone's birthday is the 28th of February or 29th. Anyway, something to do with the innocence. So yeah, the root chakra, it's really important that we've got this time and this, the weather's not really like pulling us outside, even though we need to be grounding and coming outside to nature. It's very, very important for ourselves and our body to be functioning in that way. So there's something about innocence and with deer, and I was saying before, sorry, so many tangents, so many things coming through. Mother, maiden, crone archetypes, maiden, mother, crone, sorry. The maiden is that deer energy, that innocence, that play, that kind of wide-eyed, bright kind of regard or view of life, newness. And then, okay, we'll end on the good ones. So I got number 3, mouth. So it's interesting the card's dark. As you can see, not all the cards are dark, as you've just seen the deer one. Oh, Froggy's come out. Well, that's just interesting because we mentioned that before. So if someone's depleted of water, don't know where. Oh, I must have put it on the other side. Anyway, doesn't matter. So some of the cards they're not all dark. We were talking about the cave, root chakra, northern hemisphere is just coming out of that winter period into spring. But this is about fear. This is about nitpicky sort of behaviour, about criticism, about critical kind of. It's not negative because mice are beautiful. They pick all the bits up. They build their homes. They're very good. They can hide and seek. They can find their way in the dark. They can collapse their whole bodies into smaller spaces. Like, they are very adaptable and resilient to the different environments they're in, which is something that we all need to harness this year. But there's something about fear here, and so we are all made of stardust. I don't know whether this is to connect with the chakra systems, but for me it's stars, it's magic in the air. But this mouse is not connecting with it's a fear element. And so until we get out of that into the love vibration, fear does not exist. I'm not saying things are not challenging. I'm not saying things are not going to be giving us different bodily sensations, but it's not fear. We've done all of this before. We've done all of this. I wanted to end on the good one, because I actually held my first starfish when I first went to Jamaica, the first time in September 22, after a long period of not travelling. And that's what I felt like. I felt like a star. I felt like I was released into the water. I was connecting with this beautiful, bright starfish energy, which we all hold inside. Because as we were talking, my lot, me and them, talking about root chakra, sacral chakra, red, orange, moving up. This is yellow for me. This is solar plexus. This is the next one. So this is the reward. Once we sort our root chakra out, balancing, okay, we're not going to get everything perfect. We've already talked about that today. Perfection does not exist. We just have to start. We just have to go for it. And pulling back to the message of, if we start now on this beautiful portal, because whether we believe it or not, coding is part of the universe. Everything's mathematics. This is 2-2. It's important. By this time next year, 2025 is coming up, we might have activated and accelerated onto the manifestations that we so desire, or that are in our highest good, or that are part of our mission and our calling. So starfish energy, because with the root chakra and the sacral balanced, and it takes time, it could take up to a year, it could take up to 5 years, it's okay, time's an illusion, but go slowly and intentionally. We reach the solar plexus, which is that power, purpose, drive, motivation, sun, solar energy, yellow, partial to a bit of yellow. Let's go for it, people. This is the last card. I do have other decks, but I'm feeling I'm going to leave it here because we're all stars. And I just wanted to show you 33 on the clock. City loving. Give thanks.